Happy Halloween, witchies! Today is our day. Today is finally spooky day, October 31st. Today is our day that we've been waiting for all year. Spooky season is here. Spooky day is here. Welcome back to your Everyday Witch. In today's video, we will be featuring you guys, my coven. I love my coven so much. You guys mean so much to me. I feel like today's the day I want to just tell you guys real quick how much I appreciate you. When I do the hauls, when I like showing you guys fashion things, like I just feel like I'm talking with girlfriends. Like I just feel like just my friends are here. We're sharing each other's ideas, where we gain our deals, and better yet, it's goth related, it's spooky related. It's just wonderful. And this channel would be absolutely nowhere without you guys. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my witchy heart. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me. But let's get in today's video. Before we start some spooky, creepy stories on this spooky Halloween day, let's make sure we are subscribed for all those witchy things, all those spooky things, all year long. Okay, today's story is from a lovely ghoul. They did not tell me if they want me to mention their name, so I'm not going to, but if you know who you are, thank you for sharing me the story. This story, I think we're in for a ride, guys. Let's check this out. The story I'm about to tell is, I wouldn't say a ghost story, just really odd and creepy. Not sure what to think about it, but here it goes. On my 18th birthday, I am an October baby, so everything Halloween I love, and all my family knows that. Well, I've always wanted to do a Ouija board game, and my sister and brother knew that. I just have very religious parents who would kill me if they found out I wanted to do it. Well, as I was opening all my gifts, I had one box left, and it was from my sister, and it was a Ouija board. My mom freaked out and told me she did not want it in her house, so I had to keep it in the trunk of my car till we had the house to ourselves to actually play with it. Well, my parents were leaving out of town in a week, so I thought, hey, I'll just keep it in my car for now, and when we do it, I'll throw it away, no big deal, right? Well, the first day I had it in my car, I was driving to work. Keep in mind, I've had this car for probably a month or so because it was practically new. My car starts making a weird noise, and I pull over to see if anything was wrong with it, and everything seemed good. So I get back in and my car won't start. I keep trying and it won't start. As I was gonna call for help, my radio comes on and it plays. Quote, A, B, C, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. End quote. Seemed like a nursery rhyme song. My heart was racing because how could the radio be on if my car wasn't even turned on? I tried one more time and it started with no problem. Throughout the week, bad luck just seemed to keep happening and happening. I had gotten 2 tickets at school. Both had to do with my car, and my car had gotten towed. Then our fruit kept rotting. It was horrible. It seemed like it was never ending. Around the 5th day, I was awakened by my dad looking through my room. I asked him what he was doing. He said when he went to get a drink of water, he heard 3 knocks coming from the inside of my room. I knew the next day I had to get rid of the board. I drove quite far from everything, and where I live, there's a lot of empty land. I found this one piece of land. I didn't see no one around and opened my trunk and just threw it out. After that, I felt instant relief. I decided to go over to my friend's house. She lived about 5 minutes away from the spot. After I had left and was driving home, she called me asking if I was okay. I was very confused and said yes, why? And she stated a piece of land that caught on fire not too far from her house, and her dad, who is a priest, saw it and called for help. When I went to go see where the fire was, it was exactly where I had threw out the Ouija board. Stop. Tell me your thoughts. Sorry for the long story. Just thought I might share this creepy experience I had. Stay spooky. Okay. Don't be sorry for this long story. It was chilling. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of digest this real quick. Okay, so my question is, where did your sister get this board? Like, was it a hand-me-down board? Was it new? And it's just weird because, like, you didn't even get a chance to play it. Now, this might sound far-fetched, but I'm just thinking, what if, like, you had the board in your trunk and the planchette was over it and just kind of moving around while you were driving, you know, making turns and stuff, but that seems a little unrealistic if it was kind of still new and packaged. And I just kind of am getting major chills from the radio just saying ABC and then counting 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, I would be noping the hell out of there. There's no way that I am just gonna be, oh my god, you are so brave. And then you try to toss it. You didn't even burn it, which is interesting because I've heard that burning a Ouija board is bad. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, it's very bad juju. Now you're really in trouble if you burn a Ouija board. But you just kind of like threw it like just there, and it caught fire on its own, which is, I have chills. I don't have an explanation other than this board was not handled right, maybe during production, or it wasn't new and someone messed with it and they were not doing very good clean communication with friendly ghosts, we can say. So I am extremely sorry that happened to you. That sounds like a total nightmare. Myself, I have never played with a Ouija board, and to be honest, I've always been very curious myself. And like you, my parents are also kind of religious, so there is always that like warning, don't ever play. And in fact, when I was in elementary school, that was one of the things my mom told me, like first grade. She's like, if someone ever brings a board with like just numbers and letters, it's a Ouija board, like just don't play it. In fact, leave the house. She's like, call me and I'll just pick you up wherever, but just get out of that, close proximity of the board. So I was always with that fear of like, oh, you should never play it. And just now that I'm a total spooky ghoul, like I kind of embrace the Ouija board, although I just personally don't know if I would ever play it. Given the chance, I probably would. I'm just really not going to go out of my way, basically, long story short. So thank you for that creepy tale on this Halloween day. I really appreciate that you sent that in. And let's go to the next story. Okay, witchies, so here's another story. I think this actually might be our last story because it is a little bit long and I'm not trying to keep you guys here all day. I'm sure you have a bunch of Halloween festivities to do. But let's check out this one. This is from my friend Christian, and let's go. So the title of this story is called The Hand That Lifted My Head and the Dead Lady by My Bed. Already know. Okay, let's go. This will go back to the first month of when we moved into the new house that my mother still lives in to this day. I had noticed weird things happening in the home, but hadn't really had the goal to ask my mom or dad about any of it. When I finally did, my mother informed me that the house was in fact haunted and that weird things had been happening inside of her bathroom. One night, I was lying in bed on the top of my bunk bed trying to get ready to go to sleep. I can't remember if it was a weekday and had school the next morning, or if it was a weekend and was able to sleep in. All I remember is I didn't have a job yet, so I wasn't working late at the bowling alley, snack bar, like anything would happen later on. This night, I just remember a cold spot by the bench press I had in my bedroom. I couldn't figure out where the cold was coming from, but my parents were having a fight in the kitchen. No surprise, I'm sorry. And whenever this would happen, there tended to be a cold spot in my bedroom. I believe this was a protective spirit keeping me safe and calm, and when this would happen, I would grab the weights and begin to work out, just something to ease my mind and my spirit. That makes a lot of sense. I would do that too. I would just work out, just kind of, it helps relax you. I totally get it. Just totally get it. Now I had turned off the lights and I was lying on my side on my bed. My face was pointed towards the door that I had locked and kept shut. I did that when my parents fought to drown out the sound. And I was all alone inside of the bedroom. I didn't even have my cat Panther with me that evening. I was halfway to falling asleep when my head and pillow began to lift off the bed, but really slowly. It was like someone was directly underneath my pillow, lifting it straight into the air. This again probably should have scared and terrified me, but it didn't. I didn't feel anything negligent here, so I would simply say, stop it. When I said those words, my head went right back down on the mattress, and this never happened again. To this day, I still don't really know what happened that evening with the pillow, how it was plausible because my hands were not underneath the pillow. They were both up near my neck, and nobody was in there to cause that to happen. I just chalked it up to another spirit trying to communicate with me. We were now going to fast forward to the scariest thing I have ever seen inside of my mother's house. This particular evening, I was at home by myself and asleep in my old room. The bunk bed had been replaced with a full-size bed by this point. My parents had gone out of town and asked me to house sit for them since I had a weekend off from my job in California. I don't recall this night being anything different. I didn't have any weird feelings in the house, but I could tell my parents were not happy with each other. There was something going on, and that something would later be revealed and cause their divorce. I went to sleep and had what felt like a smooth and dreamless sleep for a few hours. When I woke up, I was turned on my right side, looking directly at the right side of the room, except I wasn't alone in the room. Now, this is not good. Whew, okay, by the wall, there is a red-haired woman in a nightgown. No. Her hair looked to be matted and wet, and her skin was gray, and the veins were showing through. She had been drowned and was dead. No. Okay, no. Already know. Doing what anyone would do, especially if I were a child. I am a child, as I always say. I closed my eyes and expected when I opened them for her to be gone. I expected this to be a part of my dream that I didn't have. It couldn't be real, right? When I opened them again, she was still there and had gotten closer to my bed. Oh my God. I opened and you're no. Instead of being 2 or 3 steps away, she was now at the foot of the bed to the right. I was terrified. Oh my God, I would be petrified. I had never seen anything like this before in my life. She looked at me and her eyes were dead, and she was just standing there looking at me, her hair dripping wet. An ex of mine who my mother had given a key because she allowed her to stay at the house when I was in Iraq randomly showed up at the house that evening. She had walked into the house just as I screamed. She asked me what was going on. We both went into my bedroom, and when we got there, we noticed there wasn't anything there. I expected to see wet footsteps on the ground, but there wasn't anything there where she was standing. Now, Christian goes on to just kind of mention here that the ex that his mother would allow stay at his home was back living in that room that he saw the woman in, and he went back to Iraq for his duties. And I guess this ex sent him a MySpace message, which, wow, I haven't heard that in a while, but here we go. So she said, "You will not believe what I just woke up to. I was asleep in bed in your old room when I woke up and saw a little boy standing by the doorway. He was dressed in all black and had an old-timey hat on his head. He was looking right at me without any facial expressions. When I awoke from my sleep, I sat up quickly because I was scared, and he vanished. I tried to get up and see if it was some kind of reflection coming from outside the room because I had the door slightly open so the cats could come in. But there wasn't anything to be seen. I don't think I slept the rest of the night. I was terrified." So he concludes with, "The one thing I can say is this: the spirits didn't hide from anyone. They would make themselves known on many occasions, and even did so one evening when my brother and his then girlfriend, now wife, were at my parents' house. This incident just scared him so bad that he never wanted to return, but only for special occasions he would. But when he did, I always slept with the lights on after that." So I think, yeah, if I were to see a woman dripping wet at the foot of my bed, I don't know what I would do. I think I would probably have more of a fight rather than flight reaction, because maybe as soon as you wake up, especially, I know he was half asleep, but if I were to just wake up, I wouldn't think immediately ghost. I think I would think intruder before I would think ghost. Yeah, of course I have no what she must have no good intentions if she's coming into my home when it's pitch dark and night. So I think that would be my first logical reaction. But I totally get it. Christian, I've talked to him before. He feels spirits a lot and that kind of thing. So he has a bunch of other stories. Maybe we'll hear those in the future. But I just want to thank my coven that sent some stories. It was just a couple, but I think it was still a mighty couple that, I don't know, it sent shivers down my spine. Oh my gosh, but 'tis the season for spooky stories. All right, witchies, if you like spooky stories, I have my own that I did. I think it might have been last Halloween or the Halloween before that. In any case, I'll have that link down below if you want to see one of my own ghost stories. I have others, but I don't know. I'm not ready to share those ones yet, but we'll get to them, I'm sure. If you guys like videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can always follow me also on YourEverydayWitch_Cindy, because it is always Halloween season there and here. Happy Halloween. Eat your favorite treats. Watch your favorite scary movie. You do you. This is your day too, just as much as it's mine, and I wish you guys only the best. And stay spooky and stay witchy and don't get scared. All right, witchies. See you guys next time. Bye.